Hi everyone, Soul Surfer 17 here. Let me get through as like usual. I do not own these pictures. I made a thumbnail, non-paid video. Okay. I've been trying to figure out part 2, so it took me a while. Because I want him, I want Naruto to basically get the same things as Sun Jin Woo. So, it is going to be a little, it's gonna be sometimes Sun Jin Woo stuff will come in, sometimes Naruto stuff will come in, but all in all, it is, some things. So in this part, I'm gonna be trying to do some stuff. The dungeon he's gonna face, you guys must understand. The enemies in that dungeon will be just, how should I say this? Will be low level because because how should I say this? It'll still be the exact same level as the key that he went to face Shikaku in. And remember, he has points and his levels, his level and his stats are higher than Sun Jin Woo was at this current time when he faced this dungeon. Okay, so I remember the fox's name. I named Dai Nako. So yeah. Anyways, so let's get into this video. This may be a little short because it is 4:19 and I have work. So yeah. Anyways, last time we left off, Naruto just got back home after facing the very first dungeon he's ever been into, and he basically killed the Shikaku version in the dungeon. Which, that's very surprising. Also, I did not realize I forgot to make Naruto's chakra points and HP points be higher than what they were. So he has 7,400 chakra points, 4,200, HP points, health, basically. So, anyways, as we have Naruto waking up from the morning, he basically stretches as he basically hears multiple pops from his body, basically his bones popping when he stretches, as he does whatever he does in the morning. He basically walks into his, kitchen and goes for the fridge, as then he sees Nako just standing on the table, basically, curled up into a ball. He says, "Morning, Nako." As basically Nako says, "Morning, Naruto. So, what are you gonna be making?" Which Naruto was like, probably just some bacon, scrambled eggs, along with having an apple. Which, basically Nako said, "That's good." So basically, after this, Naruto, does start cooking. And he basically, after he's done cooking, he basically is about to pour some milk, but then he knows it's expired. So he dumps it. And, he just sighs. He goes, should have got that with Gigi. Whatever. So, basically Naruto just has water. As after he starts eating, while he starts eating, he looks at, Nako. He goes like, "Wait, can you?" Which Nako goes, "Nope, I don't need to eat or sleep, but I prefer to sleep a lot." Which Naruto just chuckles and says, "You remind me of Shikamaru." Which he was like, "Huh? Oh, a friend of mine. Don't worry about it." He goes, "Okay." So Naruto finishes his meal, puts his plate away. He does the dishes. So he looks at his daily quest. It's the exact same thing as ever. He basically is realizing something. He needs to, go and look into the mirror real quick for some reason. Because when he does, he knows his appearance is changing a little bit. He's getting a little muscular. And, in the end, he's even realized he got a little taller. And, he was like, huh. So that's what it means. my status, basically, for not eating healthy all the time, is taking effect on my growth, but the stats I have already is actually helping counteract that. And as long as I keep eating more, well, healthy, and basically getting the nutrition that I need, then I'll get rid of that status effect and basically increase my, well, what I'm supposed to look like because of this training. Nice. So he goes back because he went to the bathroom, and Naoko asks, "Is everything alright?" He was like, "Yeah, I just realized I was a little bit taller and, well, a little bit more muscular than usual. Sorry about that." Which Naoko just says, "It's no problem. But, quick question, Naruto." He goes, "Do you want the village to know about your looks, or no?" Which he thinks about. He goes, "No. I don't want them to know nothing about me. If they didn't find out anything about me, they would, well, try to prevent me from training. Heck, they'll even probably try to get the Uchiha to train, well, exactly the same way I am. Civilian council loving jerks." Which Nako just not. So, he goes, "Well, how about use a henge?" Which he thinks about. He was like, "True. There was a guy I saw around one time when I woke up really early, just running around and training." Yeah, if I can basically use the transformation jutsu to basically look like him, then no one will ever suspect me doing my workouts. So, what do you think? As Nako says, "That sounds like a good idea." So basically, Naruto does his workout. He basically does this for a couple of days. He did get the key on the, he did get the key along with some books. Kunai throwing, the proper way of throwing the kunai, and wielding it, and shurikens, basically. Even Zenbon. Basically, teamwork tactics. Basically low, middle to high. And, well, what else? What else was I say? Oh, yeah. Basically, tactics, battle tactics manual. Basically, it's an all-in-one book. In which Naruto was surprised by this. Does this raise his intelligence? No. But he also got another dungeon key. The same ranking as he got. Basically a D rank dungeon. So, well, E rank to D rank. So basically, after he, gets that for the first day, he trains. And he got someone to train it. He basically doubled the amount of his actual, training one day. And he got how should I say this? He basically got a item that he would never have thought. Well, how should I say this? It's basically a material to craft with. I'm not going to say what, but just know it's a cube. And he doesn't know what it is. He goes, "Huh? What the?" So he's looking at it, the description. It says, "This item can be placed on any item." Well, any item that is big and heavy. Further use of this will not be known until you get said item. He goes, "Big and heavy?" Okay. Whatever that means. So, Naruto basically puts on a storage for later. Now, he has been training. That was the first day. He basically got the key, the books I said. Then he basically doubled the amount the next day. And he's been training for 2 more days. So, 2 more days. So 4 days. And he got points. So, 3 points each. Give me a minute. Okay, so he has 94 points now. So after this, Naruto decides that he has a good enough points, but he's going to wait until he gets to the area where he wants to make the dungeon, and it's nighttime. Now, Naruto has been using the transformation to transform into Guy, and somehow in some way, Naruto was able to basically mimic Guy perfectly. I mean, it's been one time, I said he met him, but unknowingly, Naruto has always seen him when every time he was doing a prank early in the morning. So unconsciously, Naruto had a mental way how Guy acted and everything. So basically, yeah, Naruto is pretty genius. But I want to go back a few days when Naruto woke up. That the next day after he basically faced Shikaku and got the ultimate defense. That morning. As I said, we go to Hiruzen, as he is, well, he's basically finding out things from reports that he can tell are, well, deliberately making Naruto, how should I say this, not proceed the way it should be as everyone else, as he's seen the grades of Naruto and the performance he has, and, well, he said he basically thinking, because it looks very suspicious, because over the years, some of the brightest kids who've gone to basically done great things and become chunin and high chunin have basically had the lowest grades, and they were doing horrible for some reason. He basically realizes now there may be someone sabotaging everything, but he also knows about he also basically the Chiha massacre, but Danzo had something to do with it, but he doesn't know for sure. As basically Hiruzen though is even, looking at many reports of witnesses that some basically Anbu dressed up as civilians have asked about, in the stores if they ever overcharged Naruto, which they always said of a gleam in their eye. Which then Sasuke Uchiha always gets half off of free stuff. Which, not surprising to Hiruzen no more. He basically is just sighing in his chair and goes like, this village. I miss the old days, but this is really, really troublesome. It looks like I'm going to have to gather more information and intel on certain individuals that are running their establishments. Even try to find out if there's a traitor in the academy. Well, Naruto, my boy, you really do bring up the most interesting things that have ever happened in my life. And I just have way more of a feeling that you're going to bring more interesting things happen. As if anyone was in the room, they can tell that an aura's oozing off of basically Hiruzen, which the only one who could ever sense it is sleeping, but wakes up immediately to it. And she's saying, wait, what? What's this feeling? No, it can't be. As basically the ruler Sakura doesn't understand what it is, but nevertheless she goes back to sleep. Now we go back to basically the present time that Naruto is basically leaving his house at night, and he's going to go into the woods. Now what's going to happen is when he basically arrives to where he wants it to be, he then brings out the key. And he's about to basically, open up the gate to it, but he forgets. He doesn't have no blade, but he has kunais now, and shurikens. But his blade is broken, but he remembers he has chakra blade. So, he basically will cover the blade with chakra. But first, he's going to put points in his stats. Use them all up, but try to make it as even as possible. But keep more of the intel and chakra more higher than anything else. So, if you guys excuse me for a moment. Okay, so basically, Naruto realized he did not have enough points as he thought. Basically, he has put 20 points into strength, agility, sense, and vitality. 10 in intel and only 3 in chakra. In which he sighs, be like, instead of putting 20, I'll put 10 in each one first. Alright, though, let's get this started then. So, he opens up the gate. And when he does, he goes through it. And so, he realized, for some reason, the dungeon is the forest, but it's way more denser and darker. And he doesn't understand why. But all he can hear is the sound of growling. And immediately, with the broken blade, he basically is putting chakra into it, as the skill Chakra Blade has been activated. As Naruto just has a little grin on his face for some weird reason. As he basically sees Silver Fang wolves coming out. He's like, alright then, let's see what your dogs are made of. So he just runs at them as the one that was in front of him jumps towards him, and he just slices it in half. As the other two that he just now sees that are right behind it basically just jumps at him too, as he basically takes them both down with ease. As he just says, this is actually a lot more faster than I thought. I'm a lot more faster than I thought. So, basically, after this, there's like a lot more. But Naruto notices they're not leveling him up that quickly. By the time he basically kills the the Silver Fang wolves, the Chakra Blade has only gone up to level 2. Basically, now it's telling him now, he's able to now basically use Chakra Blade on his body. Reasons why. Because they take down the boss with the Chakra Blade. It's basically, how should I say this? This is one of the things Sun Jin will make different from Naruto. It depends on certain skills that will go faster for him. And what happens. If you defeat a boss with a certain technique, you can give him some XP for it, or, more times using it or such. In this one, it was just XP. Since basically he did not know this, he actually saw the XP bar real quick because he has time, and he sees that because of Shikaku, it basically nearly got up to the actual level 2, but it just needed about 15 more percent there, which the Silver Fang wolves allowed him to. As then he knows he basically has the teeth of them, the fangs of them and such. He's like, huh, pretty interesting. Alright, so, as Naruto basically is just going through the dungeon, he's basically killing every enemy that he comes across, not even caring. And, as long as this happens, he's basically just, surprised. He's even seen, nothing's happening to his level until halfway through the dungeon on the first floor. He gets a level up only once. That's what I mean. Technically, in his level at this state, it is very low, but he still gets a level 1. And I'm not going to pause because I'm just going to keep going. And he does have his title, Insect/Beast Slayer, activated, so it does give him 25% of attack power being effective against beasts and insect monsters, so every monster in there is being killed very quickly. To the point where he has gone into the final area, in which, Naruto can sense that the boss is very high, but it is somehow, he feels like it's not going to be simple in the way he thinks it's going to be. He has this instinct that tells him chakra is going to be the key. So, but he just noticed though, after a random basically monkey attack, I only said once already, he leveled up. So if I said twice, then this is just in case if I didn't or did. If I didn't, this is the level up then. So he basically kills this random monkey that came out of the ceiling just by holding the blade up. And he just sighs as it just dies. So, now let me do this. He's leveled up only twice, but if you said I made him level up 3 times, I only want to make him level up twice, so give me a minute. So, as now he knows, he basically leveled up to 24, and he has about only 6 points. but he knows he can save them for later, so. Health is basically 6,300. Chakra is 8,900. Does the chakra ability use chakra? Yes. But did he level up to basically get the chakra back? Yes. So, as basically Naoko is like, I mean, they were all pretty weak. Do you think the boss is, well, the same way? Which Naruto just shrugged, be like, I mean, I sense it's strong, but at the same time, it's like, after the second level up, it just got a little bit lessened. So let's go. It's like, right. So basically, Naruto and, Naoko going down the stairs. Basically, he basically got through the forest into a cave as, well, the cave basically now is making it like there's like a grotto of actual, like, waterfall and basically moss plus grass there. As Naruto was like, cool cave. As he basically heard the sound of something southern on the ground, and then he sees this big giant snake with a white name tag. He was like, I am over leveled. With my stats also. You know what? Let's just do this thing. As well, what happened is the snake is basically going towards Naruto, straight away attack. As Naruto basically has his blade up in the air, basically he's about to lunge and strike. But then Kurama chimes in and goes like, Naruto, I'm gonna give you some of my chakra, but here's the thing. Keep focusing into the blade. When I said release it, release it. Because I am tired and I don't want to deal with snakes. And he's like, yeah, Kurama. He's like, why does she sound so annoyed and why am I so scared? So basically, Naruto holds up the sword above his head, gripping him with both hands, as Nuko, man, I am horrible at remembering the names I give the characters, but yeah. Yeah, Naruto basically is like, Naruto! He's like, give me a minute! As basically, Naruto sees red chakra coming off him as his eyes are slit and, red. And basically then all of a sudden now, chakra is basically going into the blade. As the blade gets bigger and it's red. As she goes, now, pour more of start pouring more of the chakra I gave you. It's like, on it! As it's just growing in size. As basically, what happens is this. After a few minutes, it's getting closer and closer and closer. Naruto is saying, Naruto! It's like, I said in a minute! I don't know why. I said, give me a minute! Basically, I just hear him yelling like that. It's Naruto, what you expect? I did forget to mention I said I'm gonna have it be like Naruto, Sanjin Woo, then, his intelligence is going to be like Shikamaru. So, yeah, this is one of the Naruto moments. As basically, Kurama says, now, as he basically releases the chakra in a slash, as it cuts the snake all the way through. Hold up, guys. Okay, I have my dinner, and I can't eat it yet until 5-something, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep working. So basically, after the snake is dead, he's like, is your chakra really that potent, Kurama? As she goes, yes, it is, Naruto. You're only still are able to handle half of tail. Only one of them. You have to get stronger, and you need to fight more stronger monsters than these. See, okay. I understand, Kurama. So, after that, he does get the items. Basically, it's the poison powder, as it says in the description. Basically, hardening, basically making his skin tougher, but also reducing his strength by 10%. Here's the thing though, reasons why for that. It's just that's just the thing he can give. But it also then says added effect. If the player does not get, this will be also good for a sedative to, well, make people pass out. You don't have to, eat all of it. You don't have to have all of the poison to be immune to other poisons and to get the, thicker skin. Which Naruto was like, that's oddly specific. Alright then. Well, now what's the other item? As I'm going to be flipping through the book that I have. Give me a minute. Okay. Basically, Naruto sees that he gets Kasaka's Venom Fang. I had to put that in it. And okay, I just named Kasaka's Venom. F. But they didn't have enough room, so. Yeah, anyways. As Naruto sees that, he's like, cool. Poison and paralyze effects. If anyone's higher than me, then the status effects won't be applied to them. Alright then. As then, Naruk is like, Nuko. Naruk? No, Nuko basically says, oh my god, I'm okay. That's gonna be a running joke. Naruto's gonna keep on messing up his name and not, like I said, I basically made this little AI fox say he doesn't care. That's a running joke now. Okay, just deal with it. Basically though, the little fox AI is like, well, good job. It looks like this was too high of, well, you were too high for this. Anyways, it looks like, wait, why did I level up from that? That was a boss. He was like, I already leveled up, so I guess I don't, level up from this. Which, Nuko's like, probably, let's just go. So yeah, so basically the dungeon's dispelled. Naruto basically looks at the powder, takes a half of it. Well, not half, but keeps a small piece, closed off from the rest. Just basically has the rest of it to himself, which, well, he likes Sun Jin Woo. He basically does exactly almost the same thing. Devours it, basically. As then, he gets more tougher skin, gives him a slight bigger defense buff, but also makes him immune to most poisons. He was already ill as. Also, though, his strength is reduced by 10%. Which ain't that bad, but also would keep his, frame the same. To the point where it will be Sun Jin Woo's. Like I said. So, yeah. I wanted to just, because I don't see it going anywhere but that. Truly, so. Anyways, as Naruto is walking back into the village at night, he's still wearing the outfit he had, even though it looks like Sun Jin Woo's. So, he's like, we have to go get another sword from, what was that guy's name again? From the Ninja's Tool Shop, Roll. Tazumi? No, not Tazumi. Tasuku? Naruto's walking through, as he knows there's not many people out here at night. But he notices one man, basically, with his arm being covered, and another arm for cane, and his eye being covered, basically, but, being covered by bandages, and he sees redness on his face, just walking into another, tavern. As Naruto's like, huh? Who's that guy? As in, all of a sudden, he sees, a quest. Get from the man that's drunk Sharingans. 2 specifically. 1 random Sharingan, 1 Shinsui's, Sharingan. Which Naruto's like, what? That man wouldn't have Sharingans. Would he at all? This doesn't make sense. in which, well, basically the quest says if you do not complete complete the quest, your heart will stop. Which Naruto was like, what? Wait, what? Which then they are like, oh yes, there are some quests like these that will happen where you will have to do no matter what. Which Naruto's like, wait. So I have to. You gotta be kidding me. Let's hope this guy has any Sharingans. Because if not, then I don't want to know what's gonna happen. So, give me a minute, guys. So, Naruto goes into an alleyway. He basically, notices that no one, basically is around as he starts doing hand signs. Now, we all know Naruto by this point had a jutsu called Sexy Jutsu. So, he does that, but uses the henge, or, the transformation jutsu, to transform it into somebody, basically getting rid of the whisker marks, black hair, blue eyes, just looking basically like what Naruto would in the Sexy Jutsu, but just different hair color, and no face, no whisker marks and such. So he just sighs and I cannot believe I'm gonna do this. So he's just making sure he's using a feminine voice. So he goes into the bar and he looks around, in which he notices it's not a ninja bar. It's a civilian bar that have ninjas come to. And Donzo is saying, in the corner of a room, another drink! In which Naruto goes there's my target. So, as he's walking over to the table, because there's everyone's filled up. Let's just say it's a party. Because, civilians just partying because it's, I don't know, some not event, but just something that they're doing because it's one of the good days. It's a Friday. So, everyone wants to, just relax and chill, basically, and have fun. Basically, Donzo doesn't notice because he is in a drunken state to the point where he just knows when his drink is there. But when he's about to, take one of his drinks, and drink it, he then hears a feminine voice saying, can I sit here? On which he looks over, he sees this black hair, basically blue eyes, woman just, looking at him, and, let's just say he has a little smirk in his head. So, he says, yes, you can. So, she basically sits across from him, and, yes, so, what's your name? And, she says, my name is, I think he would just say my name is basically, the random name you come up with is just Mika. Okay, I may pause it just in case my parents start yelling. Okay, yeah, give me a minute. Yeah, he just calls himself Mika because of a random name he comes up with. As then, Donzo's oh, what brings you to Konoha? In which, recently, Naruto, pretending to be a girl, just be it's complicated. In which Donzo was has been taking some couple sips of his drink, and then he looks at her, and he's complicated. Tell me. As he's just, drinking. This Donzo has been drinking non-stop, and which you'll know why. Just know he is very, 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 very drunk. I'm just saying, don't do anything like that. Just know, I do not promote it, just for the story-wise. So, basically, Naruto, just says, I've left, how should I say this? I left somewhere that basically was trying to kill me. Which Donzo was intrigued. He was why? He goes, it's because of my bloodline. It allows me to take in other people's bloodlines and use them, to a degree. maybe even better than the ones originally, which Donzo's eyes will, widen, but then the gears start turning. And he goes, I see. I probably can help you. In which, basically she goes, wait, really? And he does not. But she was like, well, that'll be great. But I just have one question. Why are you drinking so much since you seem so... Well, how should I say this? Not being rude. Which goes... look like I'm about to fall over any minute if I didn't have my cane. Which he goes, yes. And he's like, oh, it's because of that third Hokage. He's basically been getting on my tail and arguing with me a lot. He's just been driving me crazy. So, I just wanted to let out some, I should say, relieve myself of some stress. Which he was like, oh, I see. So, after a while chatting with Danzo, Naruto's just like, feels disgusted, so what happens next is simple. Basically, Danzo is taking Naruto to Root. Reason why? Sharingans. Okay, yeah, I'll finish this part up soon. But I'm gonna pause. Alright, I'm back, guys. So, anyways. Okay, what the freak? Okay, I'm just gonna talk over him. But anyway, so, what happens is simple. When Naruto arrives to Root, and, well, Danzo is still not there 100%, he starts explaining what Root is. Basically, he's the Shadow Kage, and he has, well, operatives that will do whatever he says, and they will have no say. They will listen to him, and they will have no emotions. And which Naruto's like, thinking, that's just so wrong. So she was like, wait, how? How do you make them have no emotions? So he just says about a seal that he puts on their tongue. That'll basically suppress their emotions and kill them so that way they don't talk if they ever get captured. Which Naruto is like, just thinks, yeah, this guy is definitely going to die by my hand. But he does not see on the quest, to kill him or anything. He's like, to get the Sharingans and leave him alive. It just says now. It's like, I gotta leave him alive? Whatever. So, what happens is simple. Danzo leaves Naruto to his office/chamber, which has all these different Sharingans, which Naruto's like, wait, what the? How many Sharingans did he have? In which Danzo says, well, this is my collection of Sharingans, and well, I'm going to use these to implant themselves into my arm. That's underneath this bandage. Basically, to show, well, to show show that Hiruzen that I'm better than him. By using, well, Uchiha Shinsui's Sharingan to my advantage. Which, basically, Naruto's like, which is Sharingan and Shinsui Uchiha's, which Naruto shows that's nearest to his desk, and it's like the first one there that, well, they're shown. In which Naruto was walking over to it, and he's like, so this is Shinsui's, huh? Okay. Which then he was like, so do you have any of the Sharingans on your arm? Whereas Danzo goes like, no, that's gonna be implanted 2 years from now. So, anyways, do you want to join Root? And I can give you the power you need. Well, you can get a home and a place to be trained and use your bloodline to the most capabilities. In which she goes, sure, I love it. And then she goes, let's have a drink then. Which Danzo's like, perfect. He basically stumbles and, drops to the floor and just starts laughing. In which he was like, where's the drink? And then it's like, in my drawer, biggest drawer. As Naruto runs over to it, he sees the sake with two, cups, as then Naruto grins. So Naruto basically sees Danzo's getting up. He basically gets it up, them up real quick, pours both of the, sake Then he takes out the poison that is not used on the player, will turn into a sleeping powder, and then he pours it into the cup for Danzo to start stirring it, as it just looks like regular steak now. So basically, what happens is simple. When Naruto gives him the one with the sleeping poison, sleeping powder in it, Naruto says, "Cheer to Miko, the new member of Root." As basically they both have Danzo drinks his and Naruto was slowly drinking his, as then Danzo basically is looking at her, and then all of a sudden he feels, what was in my drink that tastes... He basically just falls on the ground, drooling, as Naruto just sighs. Basically, he sees Shinsui Uchiha's eye, as he goes, probably need this container for it. I'll have to destroy it out somewhere Danzo won't be able to find it. And... He basically looks at, eeny, meeny, miny, you. He basically just grabs the other one, and... since Naruto's here, he says, I don't like the guy, and I have to keep him alive. So basically, he goes through Danzo's stuff. He finds a scroll of basically sealing, to seal stuff in it. So Naruto finds multiple documents on Danzo's desk that is basically him telling, even a diary full of stuff that he's done, basically attacks that he planned, assassination attempts that have failed. It's just he has this whole entire papers worth of stuff on Danzo, even helping some civilians to hire assassins to kill Naruto in the past, and which even helping them even basically having some funds from the hospital to be taken for Root. And which even those funds were even given to the civilians to more of their pockets. So, after that, Danzo grins and puts in there's a seal in the scroll. Basically, he just pours chocolate into it, as all that paperwork just goes in it. He basically has a nervous because there's more than one scroll he's seen basically for sealing. And he basically puts the Uchihas, the eyes of the Sharingans in it. And he does write down on it, evidence, eyes. He just says one scroll, evidence, and the other one, eyes. So he basically then puts that in his storage. Sorry, I thought I was about to burp. Excuse me. Anyways. So he basically gets out of Root as quickly as possible, unknowingly using chakra. Now, he gets the skill, chakra enhancements. Chakra enhancing. And it says it's going to be a category on everything. So basically, it's only level 1. So basically, this allows him to reinforce his body with chakra, his fists with chakra, his legs with chakra, to increase his speed and such. But then he also gets the skill sprint, which, basically both of them are level 1. And he's like, cool! So he basically activates both of them, just runs faster than what they can see. You see, Hiruzen has been staying up very late, only sleeping about 4 hours of sleep, and Naruto took about maybe an hour, well, not even an hour, about 45 minutes to get back to the village. Now, though, when he gets back to the village, he immediately goes to Hokage's, basically the Hokage's office. We'll land on basically outside the Hokage with the window, and he just knocks on it, which Hiruzen was in deep in thought until he hears the sound. And when he sees Naruto, he goes, Naruto, my boy, you scared me. So he opens up the window, and Naruto goes, sorry about that, Gigi. Here, I want to give you this. As basically, he grabs the evidence scroll, he looks at it real quick and throws it to But Hiruzen, as Hiruzen looks at it, says, evidence. He's like, Naruto, what's this evidence? He's like, just look at it, you'll see. Anyways, GG, gotta go. So he basically jumps off, as then when Hiruzen opens it up, he basically sees all the evidence. He sees it all, and he's basically, after he reads a few of it, including the diary, a few pages, he is fuming, which his level goes up to 900. Now, he says, now it is time to rid this village of cockroaches and scum. As he says it with the aura coming off of him. Now, with Naruto, he basically just goes back to his place. And what happens next is something very, very easy. He basically takes up the scroll with the eyes, and basically says the quest has been completed. Level up after killing one more enemy. Basically, he goes, huh? So the quest, how much XP did I get? Oh, wow, I got like 52,000 XP. And I'm not even close to level. I wish I could see how far I am, but whatever. So, he looks at the eyes. He sees Shinsui's eye that's labeled, and the other eye. So, what happens is simple. He opens up both of the containers. He does this and he grabs both the eyes. And then all of a sudden he notices something's happening to his eye. Well, he can feel it. And he can feel chakra being poured into it as, he basically sees black. Well, he sees something black coming off of his eye. Then he realizes it's shadows. Shadows are coming out of his eye, going towards the Sharingans. Legit, just like pouring out of his eye. Like, it goes pouring off of his eye, onto his face, then onto his arm. Goes over to one eye, then goes over to the other as they both are lifted up. As both the eyes are being collided together, as they're being covered by the shadows. And then basically it's only showed one Sharingan. But it's weird. It's, how should I say this? The Sharingan looks new, but it's just, the pattern in it, it's different than what's one. It's not 3 Tomoe's. And it's not Shinsui's Sharingan. It's the next stage. But, on the Mangekyo, the Eternal Mangekyo. Now, but this Eternal Mangekyo is a mixture between both eyes, but it's very, very weird. He doesn't understand it. So, before he can even question what's going on, the eyes being grabbed by the shadows again, but then, the shadows rapidly go towards Naruto's eye, as in it's being absorbed into his basically left eye, as when after everything's like stops and he, grunts a little bit, all of a sudden, he notices it's, he notices like there's no more shadows. But he gets he basically gets the whole entire skill, Sharingan Eyes. Sharingan. And it's level 1. But with this level 1, it's talking about the power. He has the Sharingan abilities all the way up to, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, basically. And he sees a list of it. It's like every single Sharingan ability that we have known in the Naruto universe is there in one eye. And he's like, I'm not gonna say what, it's like with the list of skills. But for right now, with the level, he only has 2 things. Kamui and Amaterasu. And it does say, because of the eye that you have, the Shadow Eye, it basically has leveled up now. It has become level 2. You have leveled up because of, you gain 2 Sharingan Eyes. Now, because of this, you're able to see things a lot more different. People's, information on what they have, like even some secrets that they don't tell people. And also, with your Sharingan abilities, depending on the level and how much you train with it, it will basically become a max level of 5. And it will proceed then to give you even more abilities of the Sharingan. may even become the Renegon and the Sharingan and many more. Your eyes, though, will basically turn into Sharingan, but of blue. Or purple. Depends on, well, for right now, it will be blue. Which Naruto, activates Sharingan, looks in the mirror, and he sees he has 3 Tomoes in his eyes. And then basically goes through the Mangekyo, the Eternal Mangekyo, and then he goes like, wow, this is cool. And then he goes, what's the downside? It uses up chakra, but, hold up. Okay, so, now, as Naruto basically has this, that he said, basically he even reads, the normal Sharingan will make you go blind, but since of this, and you being a Jinchuriki, that downside is gone. You now can use the Sharingan with no drawbacks, but with the chakra lost. Which Naruto was like, yes! Okay, so, I basically did 4 days of training, and then did a dungeon. Did another 4 days of training, and it was, well, so I have usually some of the more weeks to go. Looks like I'm only going to be training, though, and get points. Which you can hear Kurama groans. So, I'm going to have to hurry this up a little bit, so I wanted to make it longer than it is, but work. And I have to get ready for it. So basically, after that, we just see Naruto, we're doing a time skip. We just see Naruto that day training. He's basically has, let's say, he's been training for 4 days, so he's been training for 8, he only has 6 days left. For 6 days, he's been training on what he does. He's basically snuck into the actual, well, basically the actual library, and he has basically seen the book on seals, and he's read of it, and well, the status of seals, the skill seals, basically, level 1 has been added to his skills. Now though, he's also read the cooking books, and wrote down the recipes, and even tried them out, and well, he is basically, he's basically got that level up to level 2 now. He's only got the level up to level 2, but the points he has made from so basically he has about 24 24 points now. And Naruto looks like Sun Jin Woo a little. Actually, no. Naruto looks like Sun Jin Woo. He does it like Sun Jin Woo. He's taller a little bit. He did get rid of the status effect because he's been even more healthy. But we will go back onto the 5th day. Well, technically, we will go on to the 3rd day when Naruto is training, basically to get points and, on with his daily quests. We have Hiruzen. I don't know why I said it like that. Hiruzen. Basically, we have Hiruzen basically in the council, as he's basically looked at everyone with a glare. Besides the ninja council, it's a civilian. And, well, the atmosphere has been, changed. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention, Naruto did say, realize in the description when he read more of the Shinsui's eye, it was very, very, it was experimented on. It was experimented on a lot, so, yeah, that's how he basically has a list of Sharingan abilities that he will be able to use. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So yeah, Hiruzen basically is in the council room for everyone, looking at the civilians with hateful eyes, as in, well, when the civilians ask, "Why are we here, Hiruzen? Don't you know I have a business to run?" As in, Hiruzen just says in a cold tone, "Know your place." Which, that just shocks everyone. Which just even surprised Donzo and his two basically partners when they were, well, two teammates that Hiruzen and Danzo were part of a team on. As this man was like, Hiruzen, Hokage, why did you tell me that? He was like, this is a ninja village, first of all. And second of all, you have no place but to voice your opinion. My word is law. And I didn't even tell you to speak or ask for your opinion. Now silence or I'll have one of my Anbu to kill you. Which that shocks everybody. Then he goes, now, I would like to make one thing clear. I am very disappointed with all of you. Civilian Council. My ex-teammates. And a few of the Ninja Council. I'm disappointed in you on spitting on the Hokage's dream. Which everyone is in shock by this. But as, well, all of a sudden when Hiruzen says, but first, let me take out the trash. He snaps his fingers as an Anbu comes out of nowhere and decapitates Danzo's head. As it basically flies off. Which, that shocks everybody, including Danzo. And before anyone can ask, Hiruzen throws a scroll, pours a little bit of chakra. Well, he was pouring a little bit of chakra in it as it opens up, as paperwork come out. As, well, most of the people see this paperwork are looking at it. The civilians who basically see their names are scared. The ones who basically are safe is Sakura's mother, and a couple of the actual vendors, like, ninja tool shop owners and such. And, well, there's only about 5 civilians, and about maybe 2, well, ninjas, and, well, basically 2 ninja clan heads that are basically shocked about what they saw from the name. Now, we basically have Hiruzen looking at them. He was like, now, Anbu, take he says each one of the names of the ones that were on there, and he looks at the 2, let's just say it was, well, Kiba's mom. Basically, he looks like Kiba's mom, I don't know her name, but, and he says, I would like to have you allow my Anbu to take in those names of the ninjas in your clan. And he looks at the Hyuga from the branch family, leader. He says, and I'd like to have another, my Anbu to take those people's names, if you do not mind. To which, basically, Kahashi, Hyuga nods. So, and then he even says, now, my 2 ex-teammates, you 2 are safe because I need your counsel, but since Danzo's not around, I start to have a way more easier time talking to you, and not having your greed get in the way, or I'll have to deal with you personally by saying you are a traitor to Konoha. Which, Hiruzen, the man says, which everyone says, how dare you say that, as he, raises up his killer tent, as they are, shaken. So, after that, he's like, now, anyways, so what happens is, the civilians that were taken away get basically has the seals, that would kill them to even talk. He basically was the ones who were basically the vendors that were, shops. Basically, anyone that basically was overcharging Naruto found out he basically getting the normal prices, because Hiruzen cracked down on everything after that meeting. I just wanted to give you a glimpse, but Naruto has worked out. He's basically got a little bit taller. He's taller than most of the kids in his class. He's basically got buffer. He's looking like Sun Jin Woo. He even got new clothing from the ninja tool shop, roll. He's actually found the same looking outfit that he had, but just with a lot more pockets, basically in the coat and for certain things. And, well, let's just say this. I'm just joking. He didn't find the coat. He just found the pants, the sneakers. He's going to get the coat later. But he did find something that will help the coat, reinforcing it and such. Even the white shirt. But we have Naruto just walking down the streets of Konoha, all the way down to, well, the academy. As on the way there, he sees a couple of girls that, well, are basically looking at Naruto, blushing. And he just like, what the? Why are they, oh, my look. So he's just again, he's getting down to the academy. And when he arrives at the academy, he knocks on the door. And Haruka says, come in. He opens up the door. Naruto does have the look of Sun Jin Woo. Like haircut too. A little. Just his hair's trimmed down a little bit. A little bit more on the sides. Just a little on the, and like the front, basically, and such. He's like, sorry, Haruka. I didn't mean to come, so late. Forgot I had school today. Hold up. As when Haruka looks at Naruto, he's like, Naruto? Is that you? As everyone's looking at Naruto, like, they all scream out the same thing. As Naruto looks at them and grins, he goes, it's the one and only, Naruto Uzumaki. Believe it! As that's where we would it off, everyone. I'm making part 3 tonight, maybe, or tomorrow, who knows. I'll try to have this upload by tonight. But, bye everyone, have a nice day, night, wherever you are, because I gotta get to work.